guys, I hope you're well. So in this video I'm going to be telling you what to pack for Interrailing, and I'm going to be comparing it to the official Interrailing packing list, going through and comparing whether I think that you need those items, how many of those items you need, or alternatives that I think would be better for your trip. As well, stick around to the end of the video because then I'm going to be giving you some bonus items that aren't on the list that for me, who has been Interrailing, think that you cannot travel without. As we know, when you're traveling Interrailing, you really need to be packing light and smart. So if there's something on there that you actually don't need, then I'm going to tell you, because you need space for something else, which is those bonus items at the end of this video. Start of this, it says your bag. So it says a large backpack, which again sparks the whole conversation of what bag should you take. When you think of someone backpacking, you think they've got a backpack. But fun fact, when I went Interrailing, I actually took a hand luggage suitcase with me, which is like this. The kind of small 10-kilogram one that you can fit like in the hold, you know, on a plane. This is a super lightweight one, like as you can tell, super light. And for me, this worked wonders. But I'm just going to quickly compare the pros and cons of the two bags. So obviously with this was super easy because it had wheels. It was never heavy on my back. It never felt like a workout, unless like there was times where I had to carry it upstairs and things like that. Plus the benefit of a suitcase as well is that you can open it up and just see all your things right there in front of you and easily find things. Whereas I find with a backpack, you have to really think about the way that you've packed it in order, which for me is sometimes difficult because knowing me, I'll put something at the bottom of the bag and then 2 minutes later I'm like, I need that thing. But then obviously, like if you're going on a really long trip, sometimes the backpack is so much better. You know, it's attached to you, like you can just kind of get around with it. You've got free hands. And obviously, like if you've got cobbles or like you're walking up, you know, a mountain or something like that, then a backpack is going to be much easier. So I think it kind of depends on the destination that you're going to and how long you're going for. It says a small backpack, and this is the one that I had, this brand, but it's kind of waterproof and it fits so much in even though it's small. And as you can see, it's pretty flat on the back. Like obviously it's not got anything in it, but even when it is, like it just fits very nicely on the back. So I found this was perfect. I carried my water bottle in it with me, some sun cream, just your essentials for the day. Bag separators, which are obviously really handy if you've got that backpack, because as I mentioned, like sometimes it can be really difficult to like find different things. And also this is handy as well, like when you've got your like your dirty laundry. But I don't think that these are essential. Like you don't need to go out of your way to buy bag separators. I think like plastic bags will be absolutely fine. So obviously yes, all your Interrail pass, pens, seat reservations, flight boarding passes, passport, travel insurance, all of those are essential. Can't get around those. And all I would say is just make sure that you kind of have like all of that organized, maybe in like plastic wallet kind of thing, and make sure that it's in a safe compartment that you've always, you know where it is, you've got access to it to keep checking it's there, and you can kind of like lock it away at night time. Then when it comes to money, I actually spoke about this in like how to budget for your Interrail trip. Head over there if you want to know more about the money side of things and some recommendations of kind of how much cash to take and stuff like that. So now, clothing and footwear. This is what you're watching this video for. What clothing should I take? Just think about the places that you're going to, what the weather is normally like, and my tip would be to take like versatile clothes. So obviously you're trying to pack light, so I would suggest like picking you know, one pair of shorts that can match multiple tops, and then at least you've only got one pair of shorts. Also clothes that don't crease. I mean, my tip for packing always, whether it's in your backpack or in the suitcase, is to roll. Always roll. Obviously a lot of the time you're not going to be in a place for that long to be able to get it out and hang it up, and you don't really want to do that if you're in a hostel anyway. So rolling is really good because then it keeps it all nice and tight. You can pack more into your bag, and also it saves on creasing things up. The great thing about this website as well, which is the question that you will all be asking, is how much do I take? I will show the equation online now of kind of what they suggested, which does make sense to me. However, for my trip, I went for just 2 weeks. I didn't do any laundry. So basically all I did was pack enough underwear for the time that I was there, but also extra for emergencies, whatever. Unless you're like a really smelly, sweaty person, just put loads of deodorant on, and like hopefully you won't have to wash your clothes all the time, and you could at least get away with wearing a top like twice. It says comfy shoes, which is essential. Obviously trainers are go-to for this type of stuff, so just make sure that you have invested in a good pair of trainers, because you will be walking around so much. I look back at my step history from the time that I went interrailing, and that is the highest number of steps I've ever done in my life. Flip-flops, which again, if this wasn't on the list, I would definitely have been in my bonus items, because especially when you're in hostels or whatever, it's perfect for when you're going to the shower and just slipping on and off. Everyday toiletries, I'm not going to go into detail about that. Just pack like the absolute essentials, and then you can buy more as you go along, because the last thing that you want is to be like lugging around loads of stuff. And also just a little tip on that as well is that I would recommend like bars of soap and bars of like shampoo and conditioner. They do exist and they are great, because then you know you've not got a liquid for one, so that you can easily take it on a flight, and two, it's lightweight and you can carry it everywhere with you. So that is a really useful tip. So get a lightweight, quick drying travel towel. So mine was a microfiber towel, which is perfect. And I'd also, on the top of that, if you've got long hair, would recommend like a microfiber like wrap head towel as well. Then when it comes to electronics, it says chargers. So yeah, obviously just make sure that you've packed enough of all of those things, and a portable battery pack as well. When I went interrailing, I got kind of a big one like this. It holds up to, I don't know, like 4 or 5 full phone chargers in it. It's got 2 USB ports and another whatever that one is, and it is great. This was from Amazon. I think it was about 25 quid. So worth the investment. It's not too heavy and it is so handy in emergencies. So yes, I would 100% agree with that one. Adapter, again, yes, I would recommend one that's got like a few different kind of ports. This one isn't the best one, but it was the one that I could find immediately, but there are a few where it's got like loads of different plugs, which is always handy. And then obviously it also has the COVID-19 section on there, which I'm hoping like this isn't always going to be relevant, because we want COVID-19 to go, but at the same time you always want to be hygienic. So then it's got the section of non-trip essentials. So obviously none of these are essential, but I think there are a few things on here which I'm just kind of like, you really just don't need. Playing cards, yeah, I mean, if you're really into your playing cards, then they are kind of a great icebreaker or whatever, but at the same time I think that a lot of hostels already have them in them, so definitely don't go out of your way to like buy some or whatever. Phones these days, you've got so many fun apps that you can do, like Heads Up or whatever, or card games on your phone, so I wouldn't go out of my way for that one. Headphones, I think that is essential, especially if you're listening to music, or in my case, I liked doing audio walking tours, so headphones are a given. Portable speaker, don't really think that's needed. You can obviously play your music out of your phone. A book, no. If you like reading, then definitely just invest in an e-reader, like a Kindle kind of thing, because then you've got multiple books on a little lightweight thing and jobs are good. And padlock, 100% you will need this. You'll need it if you've got a locker in your hostel or just on your bag. Make sure that you keep the key in a safe place on you. A travel wallet, that kind of leads onto that. You know, a lot of people kind of wear their like wallets on them, so it's a great place to kind of always keep like your phone, your documents or whatever, like your passport, in that attached to you at all times. This one actually really makes me laugh. It says doorstops, which can be a good security hack to kind of effectively lock the door from the inside, but I know. I hope that none of you will be in a really dodgy area. And obviously this one's a difficult one because if you're sharing your room with somebody else, you don't want to lock anyone out. So again, I would just refer back to just kind of keeping your own responsibility of your own things and keeping your stuff safe. Then it says extension cable. Don't think that's necessary, especially if you've got a adapter that's got multiple different ports in it. I don't think an extension cable is what you want to be lugging around in your bag. Swimwear, yes, I definitely say like even just take one pair of trunks, one bikini or one swimming costume. It's definitely just useful to have, even if you don't think that you're going to be swimming at all. You just never know. A waterproof jacket. I actually didn't take one of these. I just took a poncho, which I will insert a picture here of a very, very funny day where we needed those ponchos and they served the purpose perfectly in Cologne. It did not stop raining all day, but we had such a fun day. It was hilarious walking around with those ponchos on. Travel pillow, yes, I agree. Like obviously not everybody finds this essential, but for a lot of people it is very handy. And if you're like me and you're on the train and your head keeps bobbing like this, a travel pillow is literally, you know, a good one. Earplugs, 100%, you will need them if you're in a hostel. They'll give you a good night's sleep and away from all the snoring and commotion that goes on in hostels. Sun cream, 100%. Water bottle, I just don't even see the point in going or traveling now with just a normal water bottle. You need a Chili's water bottle or something similar that keeps your water cold, because especially in the summer months, your water's gonna get hot. Blister plasters, yes, 100%. Don't need to say much more about that. They can easily fit in and you'll be thankful for them. Painkillers, yeah, a bit of paracetamol, ibuprofen, yeah, that is an essential. And vitamins, if you need those, then definitely take those as well, but you can also kind of buy stuff like that along the way. On the actual interrail.eu website, they have a don't leave home without these items, and they've got 20 items. I'm just going to do a quick fire yes or no as to whether you need them. Number one is first aid kit. No, you literally just need like a few plasters, the medication that you normally need, painkillers, everything else you can get there. Like, don't take a full-on first aid kit in your bag. Photocopies of important documents. Yes, I would say that that's handy, but also you could just take pictures of those documents as well and have those on your phone, because it's unlikely that you'll ever really lose your phone, hopefully not. But if you want to have those as well, then yeah, fine. Spare credit card, yes, or just have Apple Pay on your phone. Padlock, 100%, we've said that. Torch, absolutely not. You've got your phone, you don't need a torch. Driving license, yes. Money belt, yes, we've said that, but I didn't have one. So, you know, if you are sleeping with your phone or sleeping with important documents, just make sure that they're like close to you, maybe in your pillowcase or something like that, or just lock it up and keep that key with you. Universal adapter, we've said that. Alarm clock, no. Like, you've got your phone, or you could get one of those watches that is an alarm clock watch that bleeps. Phrase book, no, I don't think so. Like, books just take up room, so unless you've got room, I would just say Google it, have it on your phone. Small speakers, again, we've said this, not necessary. Do it if you want, do it if you've got space. Waterproof jacket and poncho, yes. Backpack rain cover, no, I don't think that's necessary. Again, if you've got a poncho, you can literally put the poncho over the backpack. Plasters, yes, we've already mentioned that. Playing cards, we've already mentioned. Bottle opener, yeah, I've actually got a little one on my keys, and that is always handy when in times where you do need it. So if you like to drink from the bottle, then I would say a little bottle opener for attached to like a key ring or something is actually really handy, but again, not essential. Hiking boots, literally just depends on where you're going. They take up a lot of room, so if you're gonna take hiking boots, I would say wear those most of the time rather than having them in your luggage, and then just have smaller trainers or shoes in your actual backpack or suitcase. But I didn't have the hiking boots. I did a lot of walking, but I was in cities, so most of it was flat. My trainers very comfortable, so I was fine. Wet wipes, no, I don't think so. I mean, if they can fit in, then great. Like, yes, okay, I can see where they would be handy, but I didn't take them and did not I wouldn't think to take them again. Do you know what I mean? Resealable bags, yes, 100%. Like, you don't want to be buying food all the time, so resealable bags are a great way of kind of making some sandwiches in the hostel and taking those with you. So now we've gone through all of those lists, and I hope that this has kind of formed a useful perspective on what you need and what you don't need and how much you need. But now we've got to the bonus items part of the video, which is my personal list of extra items that I think that you can't go interrailing without. First one is a bum bag or a fanny pack. This is super handy. Like, I know that we've got a backpack, but for security reasons, I always just think like having your bum bag here or here is just so good, in having your passport and important documents, your phone there, and you've always got it, you can see it. Then I would say definitely a cool bag. So my sister had one of these and she put the sandwiches in the cool bag or whatever we had, and it just keeps it cool in your backpack, and that way then it doesn't melt as quick, which is really handy, especially in hot places. Toiletry bag that you can hang up, so it folds up like this, but sometimes it's so handy if you're like in a hostel and you've got all this stuff and you're carrying it to the toilet, like your shampoo, everything. If you just have a toiletry bag and then you can literally like hook it on the door, it opens, you've got everything there that you need, and it's literally perfect. None of this list has said sunglasses or caps, which are essential, so don't forget those. Eye mask as well. So before we mentioned the earplugs and we mentioned the travel pillows, but an eye mask, especially if you can't sleep with like natural light, or say you're in a hostel and people keep turning the light on or whatever, eye mask will help you obviously get to sleep quicker. In my how to save money and budgeting interrailing video, I also talked about like different food and ways to save money with food, but one thing that me and my sister traveled around with interrailing was like a bag of oats. So every morning, no matter where we were, we had those oats. We just poured some boiling water on and we would make some porridge. But the principle is like, just have some sort of snack, maybe like a cereal bar or something in your bag. It's always an essential, just in case you need it. And one final thing from my list is not a actual thing to take, but a thing to do. If you're with other people, then definitely share your things if you're happy doing that, because that way you can kind of have your stuff, and then at some point it's like, oh, can I wear that top? And you can get away with like wearing more outfits and not having as much stuff to take. I hope that this video has helped kind of give you an idea of things that you should be thinking about to pack for interrailing. Obviously it all just does depend on where you're going to go and the route that you're going to take, but I hope this has kind of opened your eyes, like when you're reading through like those lists and stuff and you're like, do I actually really need to take that? I hope that I've been honest and has showed you what you should and what you shouldn't take. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've got plenty more videos to come, and also comment below if you've got any questions, any suggestions for more videos like about interrailing or traveling or whatever you want to see. I will try and do it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye guys.